All right, Big Bang, welcome to the Mid Show presented by Miller Lite. I'm going to Vegas tomorrow.
Okay.
Cannot wait to land and just have a nice ice cold Miller Lite.
Flex.
Or even at the airport.
Do an airport one.
Why am I holding
What time's your
myself
flight?
there? My flight is at 11.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
have a
true.
Miller Lite one as soon as you get to the airport.
Yeah, the
Good
airport
point.
doesn't count.
You could have a Miller at 3
6
a.m.,
6
6 a.m., 11. It doesn't matter. You're right, Dave. You're very right. Because it doesn't matter if you're at an airport, holiday gathering, Miller Lite is always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Best time.
Miller Lite obviously is brewed for taste. It hits different than other light beers, and it always just tastes like Miller time. We just can't say tastes like Miller time enough because there's meaning behind that. There's meaning behind it.
What do you think about that, David? What is Miller time? What does it tasting like Miller time mean?
Okay. If I could package a taste into a definition, it would be Miller time. But it doesn't have to just be synonymous with any time of year.
I don't think you're saying words that make sense at all.
I would. You're cutting me off,
Okay.
of course. It doesn't have to be a time of year. It doesn't have to be a specific place, a specific event. It's just Miller time. It's when you're like camaraderie's high, vibes are high. That's Miller time to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the season, doesn't matter the sporting event. It just always tastes like Miller time. So Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/midshow to find the delivery options near you, or you could pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. A lot to get to today. We had a nice night out yesterday that you're going to see on our YouTube on Friday.
And Rumble.
Yeah, on Rumble obviously as well. We're on all platforms. But I guess we could we could start there. Let's start there actually.
Okay.
Or do we start with White Sox Dave's fire helmet? Did you see this, Megan?
I saw the clip of it, like just the picture, but I didn't, to be honest, didn't read it. I just laughed, like a LOL, like a real one. And now I kind of want to know the story behind it. So I think
I don't
you're gonna
think
have
there
to,
is really a
I
story.
think you have to repeat it.
Yeah.
So we were just talking at this dinner, and we're like, I Googled his weeds tweet. Do you ever see his weeds tweet?
Yeah.
Yeah, one time he's just like, I don't really know how to get weeds down. And the internet like came in full force.
You got 790 replies, and so fuck
That
it.
is
I'll do it myself.
insane.
Yes,
Yeah.
790 replies, like over 2 million impressions. Like people were all over how to kill Dave's weeds.
It was a dude's rock moment.
Yeah,
it was. Kind of was.
it was remarkable. And then under the weeds tweet, which that's what I was looking for, I saw something that I had never seen before. We used to do Out of the Weeds Wednesdays at Barstool River North, and it was like 50% off all firemen, police, nurses, teachers.
Frontline workers.
Yes, frontline workers. And for whatever reason, I don't know why I even watched the video, but Danny put it best. It looks like Nick Jr. came into play, and he just fucking was superimposed these like sticky pictures, so you could pull it up.
It's like clip art.
I don't know if we just had the giggles
All right,
or if
today's
this.
Wednesday. That means it's Out of the Weeds Wednesday at Barstool River North at 14 West Hubbard. If you're an EMT, a firefighter, a police officer, a teacher, anybody else in the frontline industry, go to Barstool River North at 14 West Hubbard tonight from 5 p.m. in West
Like,
Hubbard.
I don't
If
know if
you're
we
an
just had the
EMT,
giggles
No,
yesterday.
so but this is something I feel like we've talked about off camera sometimes. There's just something funny about Dave too.
Yeah.
Like if they put that fireman helmet on Ed or me,
Yeah, I
or
don't
Nick,
think
it
it's
doesn't
nearly as funny.
make me giggle the same. Just something funny, and there's nothing that Dave's doing like in particular. It's just like there's just something
I
funny
think
about
people
it.
just know Dave gets so angry. So just like imagining him like in different stages of like anger or happiness, regardless of like what it is, it's just funny. Like
It's almost like an edgy comedian going on Sesame Street.
Exactly. This is a guy who loves the C word and he's just getting a superimposed.
It actually right now looks like if you're showing your kids like who to talk to, this is who, like this is the picture of like who you want to go to if there's an emergency. But I'm not gonna lie, Dave, you make it a little intimidating.
It's like Dave going
yeah.
on.
It's like, remember to check if he has an official badge or not. Don't be going up to guys like this.
Yeah.
He's the fireman. He gets a call and he's mad he has to leave the
He's
station.
going on Paw Patrol here.
fuck?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Don't bother me while I'm making salmon.
No, it
I'm
was,
making chili for the boys. Like, don't.
it It was definitely a combination of the giggles, though. But Eddie keyword searched weeds under Barstool WSD, and this was the second thing that popped up.
I just wasn't ready for it. Yeah, we definitely had the giggles, but that fire.
I had the giggles bad last night.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Chief was drunk.
So where did you guys go?
We went to
So
Boulevard.
We did like like I said, coming out Friday on Rumble and YouTube. There is we did like a building a Chicago winter date.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah,
That's
and then
really sweet.
all three of us drew out of a hat if we were going to get activity, dinner, or bar. And then we picked the neighborhood out of the hat, and then we just kind of went from there.
I like this idea. I think the video is going to come out really good. Next year, I feel like we got to just bring back Singled Out or like one of those MTV dating shows. What was the one where you get...
We bring like two randoms with us?
Or just... No, what was the one where they got off the bus? And
Next.
Oh, it was Next.
Yeah.
That one was so good.
Yeah.
There was always so many like,
Next was-
awful people coming off the bus.
Yeah.
And the worst feeling. I don't know if they're.
But then sometimes the girl was awful too.
And
Be like, next
either
1
way,
second.
but
Yeah.
like, imagine walking off that bus and immediately getting a next. I might
There's probably still people in psych ward.
I might lay in front of the bus after that
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, what do you do? Some people didn't even make it down the stairs of the
No.
I know.
bus. Next.
Because it wasn't it like you got $1 for every minute you were on?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you just frame that dollar,
Yeah.
or you just burn that dollar and like never.
But I mean, you might as well be screaming ugly.
We should have,
Right.
One
we should have
second
somebody
impression.
on the pod that was like
That was on Next.
immediately nexted just to see where they are at.
Where are they now?
Yes. No, quite like I had to be a little fake, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure they.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they could talk. Now it's probably a lot looser. I'm sure they signed like NDAs and shit. But I remember reading about Pimp My Ride, and it was like the fakest fucking thing of all time.
You know
I'm
what?
sure all of them were.
It was
I don't
so
even
great.
care though. Like that Pimp My Ride was,
was
awesome.
awesome.
No, I don't think Pimp My Ride was fake. I think the problem was everything they did to it was cosmetic,
Yeah.
and like you're
Yeah,
turning
but-
Oh,
And
you're
so
turning
like that fish tank wasn't gonna stay there, kind of thing.
you're turning an '82 fucking Ford Focus into like having a fish tank and like a juice bar.
And 7
Yeah.
TVs in the
Yeah,
back.
but that's not gonna fix.
PlayStations.
Yeah,
I
it's not gonna
always
fix that engine.
remembered being like, why don't you guys just give me the money for the new car? You know, like I'd rather just
That's
have.
not as fun.
Yeah, but it's like now you got to drive around this ridiculous conversion van.
I wonder how like adults felt at the time watching that. Were they ever like, whoa, a fish tank in the trunk? That's cool. Like as we were kids, we're like, wow, that's cool. That'd be a nightmare. Get this fish tank out of my
Yeah.
car.
It smells so bad. A
The
fish
fish,
tank in
yeah.
your trunk.
What do you do if it's like a hot day?
The fish
Like, you
die.
know, your
Boil.
dog, you got to crack the window. What do you do for a fish
Pop-
on a
yeah,
hot day?
pop
Those
the
fish
top.
are dead the first night in the garage.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
those things ain't making it.
Those are carnival fish.
Yeah, yeah.
Exhibit. I went to the carnival, bought you 4 fish, put them in your trunk.
Carnival fish are they're miracle workers.
It-
Those
it-
things-
They last for like years.
yeah.
It goes one of two ways. They die overnight, or they're in
Right.
your family
that-
for
that's-
7 years.
Yes, that's how it goes.
That would be a fun idea if we had a Barstool Carnival, like
Oh.
paid stoolies would come and we had like a fish booth, a dunking booth, like stuff like that.
I think we could probably pull that off pretty easily.
I know that'd be really fun, like a shooting contest. I mean,
With
we
the
have
bent rims that
We-
basketball
Oval
doesn't
rims.
actually fit in them.
We have the parking lot for it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Shoot the star.
Although
We
I
don't
guess
have to involve anybody else; it'll just be us.
yeah, I guess we don't own one side of it, but still, yeah, you're
I think
right.
that would be a good carny.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I would.
The most backhanded thing you could
Yeah, I
say.
know what he was doing, but I'm gonna
What is
turn
that
it into.
supposed to
I'm gonna turn it into.
What does a
carnies?
good, what does a good carny mean to you?
That's an oxymoron.
He's, waving he's getting people to his booth and
All right.
enticing them.
Yeah, you'd be
I don't
like
know-
enthusiastic.
I don't
Yeah.
know if Ed would be a quote good carny. I think he would have a very happy life.
That's what I'm saying.
Ed just wants to talk to freaks all the time.
Yeah.
Like you would love that.
Yeah, but then I would be with the freaks though.
You're kind
He would be head of the freaks.
look at where you're sitting now.
This is a damn carnival.
True,
Yeah.
not far off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, have you ever won fish from a
No.
thing?
I have,
No.
You have,
but my mom wouldn't let me take it.
really?
Yeah.
I won one at at my school's carnival like 5 years ago. Man, that's probably like 8 years ago. This is before Barstool, and I don't know what to do with it because I went out after. So I set it on top of the lottery machine at a bar, and it fell off the lottery machine.
Oh,
Survive.
It survived. The bag did
That's
not
got to
break.
be like a great airbag in a way.
Yeah, it was like slow motion watching this fish fall off the lottery machine. I was horrified.
But
And then-
I feel like the fish wouldn't make contact with the ground. Be
no,
saved
but
by
like
the
I
water.
figured the bag would
Oh,
splatter. Like
yeah,
I thought
yeah,
it was. And then we were just gonna be looking around for a fish, like
Just
dragging
flailing.
dust and Smarties under that, like, and then you get a goldfish. But no, it lived.
The fish.
What'd you name it?
We went to another bar and I ran into a group of girls that I used to know, and then I just gave it to one of them. I don't know what they
When
did
in
with
doubt,
it.
give the girls animals.
Yeah,
I think he killed the fish.
No, I swear to God, I didn't.
It wasn't a puppy.
I later heard that she
Fish.
killed the fish.
Yeah.
But I did
So
not kill the
you're an
fish.
accomplice.
No, I was a clean handoff.
Clean.
After you had it was probably like a 100-story drop on a fish scale.
I think there could be RICO charges.
That's a
or
double
something there.
entendre. Fish scales on a fish.
Oh.
Is that the right word? I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like Dave
Entendre?
right now.
I think it'd be the opposite.
I thought entendres were only for sexual innuendo.
I have no idea. I
You
just
can
said
use
that word.
entendres for everything.
Yeah, it's like a double meaning.
Yeah.
Is that right?
double meaning.
So I did use that correct?
Kinda. He kind of has to be. It kind of has to be phrased more like. I don't know.
I guess the one spoiler we could do from the video that comes out Friday is so Dave won activity, and he took this girl Alyssa Bergamini. She is a White Sox host and she does radio
Oh,
stuff
I
for the
follow her. We
Bulls.
follow each other. I
Do
like
you?
her. Yeah.
Yeah, great girl. And she Dave won activity and they went axe throwing. Thoughts on axe throwing for a date?
First date?
Yes.
I feel like you got a lot of room for error there in the first date. Like if you throw bad or if the axe hits the wrong way and like comes back and ricochets and hit the girl, and then you got to go to the emergency room, and it just seems like it could be sketchy to begin with. I don't know.
Yeah, what if
No,
that business
it was-
was down a deep, dark alley with no lights and no signs or anything?
Under an L
Hypothetically
track.
That would feel like I'm being trapped.
Yeah. That's what it felt like.
It was pretty crazy.
Very romantic.
Yeah.
Clinging on to Dave for dear life.
That's actually,
Nice call.
yeah, you might be onto something.
Did you feel like, was it hard?
What?
You didn't do it?
No.
No.
He didn't want to.
hard
He
at
didn't
all.
want to stretch his peak coat out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was the excuse he gave.
My pea coat was, I didn't order the right size. I had no range of motion.
Could have taken it off.
I told you that pea coat was not coming off over my dead body.
He
I
was
think
looking like
he
Severus
just
Snape
didn't
walking
wanna
around with
throw
that
it.
thing.
Can I say something about the axe throwing?
Yeah.
It was fun.
I didn't think it was that.
No, it wasn't. It was really fun.
We were talking about how it had like this. Yeah,
I mean, you
it had
do
like
a
its
few
moment
times
a
and
few
you're
years
like,
ago.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Like,
I think
This
I'd
for
rather go to
another
a
hour
rage
and a
room.
half?
Have you ever been to a rage room?
Rage?
Yeah, like
You
a
just
rage.
smash shit?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Is that a thing?
They did one for March Madness last
I
year.
remember that.
And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to do it because I was like, if I swing and miss, like I would just rather have the bat just hit my head. But when I went in there and I actually like got to hit stuff with a baseball bat and kick
Wait,
stuff over.
how can you miss a moving or a stationary
Just
target?
because you're so angry and you're on camera and you're not thinking and you just like there was people that whiffed in there. Don't like
You ever swung and missed at a golf ball?
I watched you play handball and you went wide right several times. You can definitely miss.
But we're talking about like
But if you're in there and you're trying to hit it as hard as you possibly can, right? And like you could go in the vase could be just right there and you could hit the table instead of the vase. It definitely can happen.
Like missing a nail with a hammer.
Yeah.
that's much different. We're talking a baseball bat and large.
Well, they're not all large, right?
Yeah, no, there was a bunch of different stuff in there.
I'd be more concerned
You
about.
you're going in there with you're just going crazy. You're not like trying to.
Yeah, exactly. Because
hit
you're going in there
opposite
going
field.
no, but you're going crazy, so you're not even really like paying attention to like things are misshapen. So like you might hit something and the bat like dings off of it and it might not break on the first hit. So it gets kind of awkward. But I would recommend a rage room because they're awesome.
I'd be
What
more
were we
concerned about
talking-
an injury. Like, didn't Jerry like hurt his shoulder because he like smoked a monitor? Like,
Yeah, that's what I think he missed first. Like
Oh,
he
yeah,
smoked
and then-
it and it like dinged off. You gotta
Yeah,
be
yeah,
careful.
yeah.
You go for the glass stuff.
What were we talking about?
axe throwing.
Reenacting the other day. The Office Space scene. What was it?
The monitor whenever they're like crushing
Oh,
the fax machine.
yeah.
No, I know,
yeah.
but what?
I don't know if we could say yet, but I know what it was.
Okay.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
talked about I don't. I'm asking. I don't remember what we're talking about recreating with that scene. It was something though.
Classic scene though.
It is. His anger in that scene is palpable.
Have you ever had a
an
piece
Oscar
of
for it.
technology you wanted to just absolutely murder?
Yeah. I remember dial-up. I remember all of my dial-up internets, people calling and kicking me off mid-games. Just wanted to throw that thing out of the window.
Yeah.
I stabbed my Tamagotchi with a pen and killed it because it wouldn't stop going off. when I was
Really?
younger,
I used
yeah.
to do that to my sisters just to
be mean?
Yeah, just to be mean.
Stab them with pens.
Not stabbing with pens. I'd kill the pet though.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you have one, Chief?
I can't think.
I mean, I'm not great. I don't really love any technology, but I don't think I have one that like sticks out like the Office
Oh,
Space.
but there's a difference between not loving technology versus one that just won't.
Just-
fucking
Like you ever
work.
get a faulty port in your phone, like nothing, the charger won't go in there. You're like, what the fuck? It's so
That's
close.
annoying when you.
well,
gotta
but
set-
that like I always like I loved my iPhone 5S, and I had to like hold the wire at the end there just so it would charge at all. That was a little bit frustrating. And then if you like tried to set it up at night to charge overnight, and then you knocked it ever so slightly,
that
and
was
you're
the
asleep,
worst.
you
You're
wake
at
up, you're at
6, yep.
2%. You're like, fuck. But that was the price you had to pay for holding on to that iPhone 5S for 10 years after.
I think I've told this story, but there was a guy I went to grammar school with, and he like hated his computer because it never worked. And you know, like when you're trying to get something, remember like when you're just furiously clicking the X out button and it just won't go.
Yeah.
And
Or you click it and it keeps going, and then there's like
yeah, there's like
800
yes,
Oh.
especially on the it was like the blue and red.
Yeah.
Was it Vista?
This-
Microsoft Vista?
Yeah, I
something
think-
like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. And so he like had like a ceremony. He's like, I'm throwing my computer off my garage.
I got a good one. I got one
This
that
weekend.
I feel like I'm turning into my dad too, because now we're sharing the same problem. Where anytime you had to like move a Word document to another like application, like from Pages or something else, and it just like all the spacing's fucked up. You had like the big spaces, like just a huge gap in the middle of the page for no reason. So then you're going back and like trying to delete all this empty space. That is the type of thing that would drive me fucking crazy. It's just like that, just trying to convert just different documents into something readable and manageable.
Oh yeah, the Word to Pages was terrible.
Awful. Or even like if you're going from like a PDF to like
Yes.
yeah.
Did you not use that little paperclip guy to help you out?
Oh, that fucking guy. That
wonder what he's up to now.
guy was no help.
Is that Clippy?
Clippy.
Yeah, I think it
that
was
guy
Clippy.
sucked.
You don't like Clippy?
I didn't like Clippy.
I don't know. There's so much hostility towards him, huh, Dave?
I guess so.
I just felt like he never had any like that guy needed to be around. They need to reintroduce him now with like a Chat GPT. Like Clippy was a fucking moron.
Clippy
But
AI.
yeah, if we had an AI version of Clippy like that.
I don't think you gave Clippy a chance.
Clippy was like the original how-to YouTube guy where they're always missing one step. But they're like, okay, you did this, you did that, now press the red button. You're like, I don't have a red button. Where's
Yeah.
your red button? Clippy always was missing
Yeah.
a little thing.
Yeah. But he threw it off the garage, and it was the most uneventful thing ever.
So what? People come far and wide and gather.
Yeah, like we're just all standing in the alley. He's on the roof, and then he throws it down.
What a Midwestern thing to do.
But that is like that's like a guys being dudes thing too.
He's got-
Yeah, I was. He
Throwing
got
stuff
me.
off of high objects.
I bought a ticket.
Yeah.
You
There-
know, and I wasn't like grateful.
I
I
love
wasn't really
throwing,
friends
yeah.
with him.
That is one of those things on TikTok now where there's just like these guys. There's like a group of like 4 guys, and there's this giant like dam or a bridge, and they just have like they've created like a junkyard at the bottom of this, and this thing's got to be like 80, 100 feet tall. This platform they stand off of, and they have an old SUV, a trampoline, like all this junk, and then they just throw stuff off and.
I'd sit there for hours. throwing
It's
stuff off.
fucking awesome. I've gone through like the entire catalog, just
That's
like
it,
let's see if they can smash that car with a bowling ball. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be great.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen when it hits the trampoline?
Who knows?
Who
We gotta find
knows?
out.
Might smash the trampoline, might fly up another 200 feet in the air.
Yeah.
You just don't
Might
know.
be able to just catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever jumped off a high dive?
Yes.
Yeah.
And my grandparents lived in this place in it was called Devil's Den. It was at this place in Connecticut where my uncles would take me, and I was like, looking back, it's like you guys were wildly irresponsible because I would go when I was 6. And it was illegal to go there, and you had to like jump off cliffs.
Oh, this is cliff diving, not a high dive.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's
What-
it's different.
No, it's very different.
Yeah, it's extremely different.
Well, it's more intense, I'd say.
That's what I
I mean,
feel
a
like.
high dive at like a local pool. is
Yeah.
like 10 feet. Cliff
No,
dive.
it'd be more than that, probably.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I have something like that I did when I was younger. My dad had a big Stamus tuna boat, and we would put it on the boat lift, and me and my brothers would, or my brothers and I don't know, grammar, would put the boat all the way up on the boat lift, and then I would crawl up on the top tuna tower, and then jump off.
I don't know what this thing is you're talking
Have you had
about.
tuna boat?
No.
Like they have like the.
Like the Forrest Gump shrimp boat?
Well, no, because the shrimp boats don't have like so the tuna tower so that you can look out and look for the fish, like to see if like
They're
and-
jumping or something. So it's
tuna-
like that, like in Titanic. Where
Yeah,
those
the
guys are
lookout.
looking for iceberg. What do you call that?
Kind
Bird's
of.
nest.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bird's nest
Okay.
up there. Yeah, but like
Crow's nest.
Crow's nest.
we would stand up there. We put the boat lift all the way up, and like I had a little Ninja Turtle life vest on. I'd be out there like 6 years old, just going like Geronimo, just
Did you
jumping
jump off?
Yeah.
So how high was that, you think?
I'm trying to think of it now. I know it had to be there because I mean our neighbors were like freaking out watching me up there. I'd be like shaking and jingling and just jumping.
It's awesome though. I would go back and do that.
The tuna tower, dude. Get off the damn tuna tower.
You think you'd be able to do like live in a houseboat?
Oh yeah, I think I could.
Yeah.
I love the water so much.
Really?
Yeah. Like whenever we went out with fishing with Sydney, like everyone was like chewing on ginger chews and I'm just like eating Chick-fil-A, just like riding the waves, like having a great time.
Really? Like you'll go into the ocean, no problem?
Yeah, I love the ocean.
Wow.
I think it's sick.
Like no fear of it at all.
Not really. I mean, like if you throw me into like if I wouldn't be like that kid from Louisiana that jumped off of the cruise ship and got eaten alive by sharks. Like I'm not going to jump off a cruise ship. Supposedly that's what happened.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Probably
jumped
got
off a
thrown
cruise
off,
ship?
probably got murdered.
No, he jumped off and within like they went to go find him and within like the second he hit the water, like
Oh really?
yeah,
When
it was
did this happen?
This like last year. Like,
Oh.
I don't know. Like he just jumped straight in and it was gone. And everyone thinks they went for, like searched for like 3 days. But
Didn't
everyone-
Christopher Walken kill somebody by throwing him off a cruise ship?
Oh.
Wasn't that a rumor?
I don't know. That's a I don't want to say an old wives' tale, but that's like people mysteriously die on cruise ships, and it'll be like a couple and be like, "Oh, she jumped," and it's like, "Oh, like you don't really know."
Yeah.
People say like it's a cause of murder, but
See,
Yeah, Natalie Wood.
So he went on to the
Oh,
Bahamas.
damn, that's terrible.
And he was a LSU student. It was like this last year. Jumped
And
off
he
the
got-
Alpha. Supposedly he got eaten by sharks.
smoked by sharks. That's a bad beat.
Yeah.
That's a bad beat. Real quick, a good beat could be ChevyDriveChicago.com. We talked earlier about Pimp My Ride. Don't risk your
Don't go to Exhibit.
yeah. Don't risk it on that. Go do
the auto show.
ChevyDriveChicago.com. Go to the auto show. You're right. So it's that time of year, Chicago Auto Show. Megan, if you don't know what Chicago Auto Show is, it's a great event that they have at McCormick Place, and they have every single car dealer you could imagine. But the best display is obviously the Chevy one.
Yep.
We just go there. We were messing around the Blazer, the Suburban, the Tahoe. They had the whole fleet there. So starting February 10th, ChevyDriveChicago.com wants to remind you to go check out the entire Chevy fleet at the show in the Chevy display. After you shopped your new car at McCormick Place, head over to your local Chevy dealer to drive home a new Chevy. It's seriously awesome.
Yeah.
So
I heard a fact one time, so I don't know if this is true, but the McCormick Place has more square footage and more, like, I don't know, walkable area than the Sears Tower.
It's the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
it's huge. They pack a lot of
enormous.
Chevys into that
Yeah.
sucker. So
Yep.
go check out Chevys. They're going to have the whole fleet there so you could make a better decision. And then, like they say, just go to your local dealer.
Yep.
And you can
We're
buy
going.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be that easy. This guy, sorry, what were we just getting into? High dives, fucking, we're all
Yeah,
over
we're
the
talking about
place.
high dives. And
Yeah.
we went to-
Falling off of cruise ships
Oh,
mysteriously.
Yes.
Christopher Walken, Natalie Wood.
That's the rumor that he had a part in
There's
that?
this is something called Far Out Magazine. The case of Natalie Wood, how Christopher Walken became linked to a suspicious death. There's all kinds of articles about this.
Christopher Walken.
That's interesting.
Everyone do a Christopher Walken impression.
And I ran around for 8 years with this watch in my ass.
Pull up the
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Lance, pull up the guy, or who was the fucking the guy who looks like Chief on that cooking show.
This is
I tried to find it, like,
You have a doppelganger?
oh, big
Did
time.
you see this yet?
Where they're like,
Oh my God.
Where have I been?
He's my brother,
No, it's just you. It's just you.
or it's just me. I wish it was me.
Look at this guy. Like, that's fucking you.
I thought I saw this. I'm like, oh, it's just Chief cooking with Donnie. Like he's doing a what's for lunch or something.
And then he saw the
And
Fox
I did
logo.
I did the double take. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, Chief. That's
Next level chef. That's
He
me.
even has
That's
that
insane.
same like pissed off, frustrated look when he's angry at me typically
Just
or
a
anybody.
deep breath.
If you ever need a picture for a dating site, there you go.
Yeah.
You think that would do the trick?
And then it looks like you're on
catfish 'em.
Fox
Same
TV.
stupid fucking frat swoop. The
I don't have a
question,
frat swoop. I don't think you know what a frat swoop is.
It's a prep boy scoop, if anything.
You don't know what a frat swoop is.
A frat swoop. It's just when
It's
you
not that.
comb over your hair.
You might be cousins of the frat spook.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
frat
No.
swoop enough.
This is just like it's the end of a long day. My hair's falling
It's
down.
whenever the frat swoop grows up.
Yeah. I think
I've never had a frat. Like the old pull up Jay Cutler's
Like the one you had to go like
intro
this
press
all the
conference
time.
with the Bears.
Y'all remember that?
yeah.
You just had to flick your head constantly.
I think of a frat swoop. I think of Will Muschamp.
I just think of every boy.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about with Cutler? His introductory press conference? That's a frat.
Can't
I
visualize.
don't know if I do.
Oh man.
The Bears one or the
yeah,
Broncos?
No,
one?
Bears.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Broncos.
What if we bring back the frat swoop? The frat swoop is just like early Justin Bieber is what I think of. Like the swoop that like he would have to go over to the side. It's long, but it would like flip over to the side.
I think that's a little longer than the frat swoop.
Maybe.
I think
Yes.
like Peyton Manning.
No.
He doesn't know what a frat
You don't know
swoop
what a
is.
frat swoop is.
I'm describing one. It's
Think
you
Will
pulling your
Muschamp.
hair over
Yeah,
to the side.
That looks like he's like from Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, think Will Muschamp. That's the frat swoop.
Is it the one where he's holding his jersey for the first time?
Yeah. You have it? 'Cause
He
I was
looks
about to
like
send
he
it
looks
to
like
you.
he's a Pike that went to
Yeah.
Georgia.
That's a
Yeah,
frat
that's
swoop.
okay.
That's not what I
No, that I don't think of that. I think of that like fucking bad bowl cut almost.
That's like Beatles.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
that's
agree
like
with that.
Beatles.
I don't
That's
know.
a good.
That's a frat swoop.
No,
That's not a frat.
That's
swoop. You don't
I
know what
went
a
to
frat
the,
swoop
that's-
is.
You don't know
I
if
went
it
to the SEC. I
You
played
don't-
quarterback
there's no
at Vanderbilt.
There's
a
no. He didn't like try
where's
to
the
do anything
swoop?
there. That's
It's
he just, like,
going
wo-
from right to left.
He just
No.
woke up. It
It's
looked like that.
negligible. You don't know what a frat swoop.
You
is.
don't
lot
know
of-
what a frat swoop is.
There's a lot of guys in this room that don't know what a frat swoop is.
I know what it is. That's what it is.
Look
you
up
guys.
Will Muschamp. He has a
gonna be
frat
the
swoop.
same.
I would. This is. I'm looking at your computer. That's a frat swoop.
Yes,
Sure.
100%. It's Will
Yes.
Muschamp.
Like the old Will Muschamp.
See, that's not what I'm thinking of. That's more just like
This is just a fucking haircut.
Why don't we just Google frat swoop?
because everyone
We
in
can
like
do that.
See, that
That's-
doesn't look like a frat swoop. It just looks like he's combing his hair over.
I. That's what I think.
You
of
have
when
to have a swoop. Like you have to be able to flip it. Like frat swoops are for young kids, not old men.
Oh, it's an older man frat swoop.
I'm gonna go
Just
back
can
to
you Google frat swoop for us?
I
Yeah,
just did,
let-
but I don't agree with it.
Land.
yeah. Let's see what
They're showing a bunch of kids from Two-A-Days, which is a great
Yeah,
show.
that is a great show. But that's like a frat swoop to me. Those
What?
2 days one.
Yeah, this is way more of a frat swoop. Like what,
Bama Bangs,
what
which is
Google's-
kind of what Cutler has. So I guess I was right.
yeah. This
So
is
this
exactly,
just described all of us.
This is. Yeah, no, like all of the like this kid right here, like the way his hair is flipping.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect
Yeah, that to me, Lance, that's a good one. That's a frat swoop.
Southern swoop fraternity.
That's like
hairstyle.
the
There you
epitome
go.
of it.
That's why I was saying
Like
like
this
young
guy's.
Justin Bieber.
That's like a fade frat. So that's like, yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Ju-
it?
Young Justin
Look at
Bieber
this
had
guy.
it going. It was just a little longer.
Yeah, I guess. I just that's like
I think it's got to be more pronounced. That's how I always
that's
thought
like
of
the
it.
mop.
Yeah, that's like moppy. It's got to be like a very blatant comb over, and I don't even really think
It's
length
not a
has
comb.
much
It's
to
not
do
a
with it.
comb over though. It's like it's a swoop. Like girls in that time period. You remember when all the girls used to like part their hair way like the far over bangs? Like that's whenever we were doing that, the boys were doing the swoop. I noticed boys' hair. That that's a swoop.
Thank you. That's Jay Cutler.
I don't
You said the press conference, so
Oh, I mean, he had this haircut for a while.
the point is moot, right, Dave?
I think so.
No, you guys just can't admit when you're wrong.
It's a moot
I
point.
will say, me and my husband talk about the swoop all the time because he wanted it so bad, but with him having curly hair, it couldn't. He the only way he could get it was putting on a hat and having the guys that
Oh,
had the
yeah,
curls
yeah,
and the curls
yeah.
would flip up over the hat.
Yeah. Now, does your kid want a like the TikTok haircut yet or no?
He did for like beginning of 4th grade.
Yeah.
Like it was really long and he had me like flip it up like with a straightener. But now he just goes to this place called Champs and he's like, just surprise me. So he just comes back with like a
risky.
little buzz and a little wave on top every time.
I like that though. Like I was at the barber one day and it's like this old Italian guy, like in his 50s, and like he came right over and he's been cutting hair in America ever since. And there was a kid in the chair and he was like really intent, like looking at it, and then he'd be like, all right, that's good. He's like, oh, just a little more here, and like he corrected him like 3 times. And this Italian barber is probably like, these fucking kids.
These kids today.
Oh, my son's great. He's just like, he goes in there, he's had the same barber since we moved here. He's just like, yeah, surprised me, and it's the same haircut every time.
Yeah, that's nice.
What happens if he comes out with a mohawk one time or something?
I mean, we've dyed his hair before. He asked me to bleach it for him like 2 summers ago, and that looked so bad.
I wish I could find the pictures of me. With
I had
this
bleached
yellow
hair.
So do we.
Yeah, I could probably find it.
Actually, I think I posted but you can't get a good look.
With the bleach?
Yeah.
Could we do a surprise me haircut with you, Danny?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Y'all need a
It's gonna last too long.
a frosted tips bet. Whoever loses the bet has to get their tips frosted.
I would do that, but I'm afraid I'm at the stage where it's like, I heard if you dye it, it dies.
Yeah, I'm
There's
not.
not enough hair in
Wait,
this room to do
what?
a hair
Say
bet.
that again?
If you dye your hair, like I remember KFC going to the barber when, remember when the Mets were all dyeing their hair blonde?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, if I did this, what would happen? So,
Peroxide?
like you would lose all your hair.
Wow.
Well, if you just did the tips, I think you'd be okay.
Just little tips, maybe little streaks. Streaks.
Well, the
in there.
streaks could go all the way
Highlights.
to the root. You just need a little tip.
Yeah, a little tip dye. But you'd be great with that.
Well, I don't want my hair permanently going away. I got enough problems.
No, you're
You're
good though.
you're
your
not
hair
at
is
risk
like,
of that.
Neither was KFC.
Yeah, he
yeah,
was.
yeah. He's
Yeah,
got
he
like,
was thinning
Oh yeah,
up.
he's got the big time crowning.
Yeah.
yeah. You need the hedges to get to your hair. It's so thick.
I would love
Yeah.
to like Danny to bleach it and me to go in like every once a month and like do different patterns of like colors and crazy
Like
stuff
Dennis
on it.
Rodman.
Yeah.
But Danny's
Dennis
also he's past that age. Like
Yeah.
Danny's in his 30s now. Like we can't. We
No, but I'm saying like a surprise haircut. Like,
No, but we got to get a young kid to agree to a surprise
So
haircut.
does Lance have kind of a frat swoop?
Yeah, definitely.
If-
100%.
If he just put it down a little bit more. in the
That's
front, yeah.
that's exactly what I think of when I think of frat swoop. That super pronounced swoop,
Show your hair to the camera line.
similar to Chiefs right now. That's a frat swoop to me.
The tech guys have disabled my producer cam. It just goes black.
Oh,
Oh,
So
no.
I'd have to come onto the screen for you
They
guys.
didn't want the male model on screen anymore.
They're doing
Making
me
all the
dirty.
other tech
This is
guys
unfair.
jealous.
He doesn't like that you told him he's got a frat swoop.
I mean, it's just like he doesn't have eyes that are working. This is not a
I
frat
think
swoop.
it's not that far off like you're thinking.
It's not even remotely close to a frat swoop.
It's
Right?
a
I
little
think it's more of
long.
a distinguished man's haircut.
Thank you.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's what Titus wishes he has.
Why, you don't think he has distinguished hair?
I'm just joking. He
He's
just gets it cut all the
Yeah.
time.
He's got the long hair.
Well, it's not anymore. He got it cut again.
Oh, did he?
I don't know.
I didn't see
how
that.
often does he get his hair cut?
I don't know. He just had it long,
Every
and then he had
week.
it short, and then he just changes a lot.
Every week.
I'm
How does he
joking. I
cut
made it up. Made it up.
I
But
think
that's like,
Jeff-
this is not a frat swoop.
That's swoopy as shit.
You,
Because actually-
Ed, I know you don't even believe. If I have a frat swoop, then so do you.
Because what Chief can do is he
You
can
have
split it down
more
the
of
middle.
a frat swoop than
I'm
I
not
do.
saying I don't.
Oh.
Then you think every male's haircut is a frat swoop?
Like the comb over, yeah, a lot of them are.
Do not say the word comb over to me. I do not have a comb
You have
over.
more of like the
you
90s
can comb over your
like,
hair without being bald.
split. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
why are you
It's just
making it sound
combing
like
your
a
hair.
negative connotation?
When you
It's
say
not.
the word comb over,
It's negative.
yes. Thank you, Megan.
You okay?
so?
In this,
Oh,
Absolutely.
100%.
No.
You're hiding a bald
That's
spot.
like Gene Katie had a comb over.
typically yes, but obviously in your instance, no. It's
That's just
what other
combing hair.
word are you gonna? But you comb it over.
No, you just comb it. I comb my
Over.
hair.
And it
You
falls.
comb your hair. If it's you comb over, you're combing over the bald spot.
Comb
No,
to the, comb
you
to the
comb it
side. Comb
over to the side.
Yeah, comb to the side.
Comb.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
I'm not.
Let's give Chief a
Comb
frat
it
swoop
over
in
to
his
the
sleep
side.
tonight.
No, I already have one.
Or actually, we'll be taking a trip
He
together
has
soon.
more of like the Hanson's like
Sleep with
middle
one eye
part.
open.
Oh
If
shit.
he could do the middle part.
Locking
you know
my
what I'm
door.
talking
the
about?
Hansons, yeah.
Yeah, I
like
could
the
do
little-
that.
little
Do you
middle
like
part.
that more?
Do I like it?
But see, no, I think that's just because you got the scar.
I do have the
So you
scar.
got a natural part.
No, but the part
I think it's not a real
He goes,
part.
nah.
this thing right here, that's from the garage door when I was like
Oh, I thought that was a real part.
No.
See?
That's my
Tricking you.
Yeah.
frat
I wish it
swoop.
wasn't
When I was
that.
like-
Fucking frat swoop.
7, 8 years old. My cousin and I we bonked heads playing some stupid game at a barbecue, and I have a
I
scar
love the word
right
that you just
here.
said, bonked heads.
Yeah, I kinda
It's like what I
that.
say to mine. Oh, you bonk your head?
Yeah.
And this little scar right here used to be deep within my hair, and now it's like right on the edge.
I ran into a trailer hitch once right between my eyes.
I've been
Oh,
having
did
a
you?
few people reach out to me. I'll see if I still have the DM. People are saying that they think you got hair plugs.
I didn't.
I
I
know.
tried to.
I know.
Yeah,
Did
people have been saying that a lot
I
I
wonder why.
It's like an internet conspiracy.
because
Some-
they think you wear a hat like a suspicious amount of time because they saw you at what were we at recently where you were like, why is he wearing a hat there? One of our videos.
I've had multiple DMs
Medieval
about
times?
this, and I can't remember.
Oh, it was because you were playing basketball with a hat on. People were questioning that.
Oh no, that was because I had a hat on that day, and
Well,
I don't think you'd be a bad bald. I feel like if you grew your facial hair out a
I
little
think
bit.
you'd be a great ball.
Oh,
I'm
you should
hanging
do
on
it
for dear life.
But, like-
well, I'm going to Turkey with Donnie, hopefully.
a little beard,
with Donnie.
bald.
Yeah.
I also think if he did it hair plugs, he would not be wearing his hat.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
be
all right.
flaunting it.
Yeah.
Right about now is when it would be kicking in because it's not like you get hair plugs and you have hair.
Yeah, it's
how long does it take?
It's a painful process.
9 months to a year.
Really?
Well, they-
That long?
What they do is they take natural, healthy hair
Yeah.
follicles and then they implant them, and sometimes they don't
I
take
thought it would
to
be
the
like
implant.
I thought it would be like a plug and play.
No, it's not. I thought so too. It's not.
It's
You have
awful.
to take all those pills and shit.
Dude, yeah, the process my friend was showing me it's
And
wild.
then you have to sleep like sitting up, or else your head will
Yeah.
fucking swell.
And you
really
go through this
bad.
thing, yeah, and then like at the end, like all
There's
the
blood and stuff just all encrust all over you.
It's the ugly ducking. Yeah.
ugly duckling face. Yes, Lance, Google.
And that
ugly
lasts a
duckling
year?
face.
No,
no,
that only
like-
lasts like a few days.
like,
Okay.
yeah, that's
The
but
ugly
like for your
duckling
hair to
face.
come back, it's like
you have to wait like
Damn.
at least like 2 weeks before you wash it, and then it's all that crusty, bloody, nasty stuff on the top of your head.
You ready for
like
this?
2
It's
weeks.
gross.
I'm not ready.
Yes.
Trigger warning.
It's not. It's not.
It's pretty gross,
It's.
Dave.
I mean, it's gross.
The
but
ugly
it's not
duckling
like,
face.
I'm gonna
You
puke
gotta
my
you
guts
see
out.
like that one down.
What's
yeah.
up? Yeah, these aren't too gross. Like, look at that guy in the bottom
That
left.
guy's that's all he has though?
Yeah. So that guy in the bottom left. That's a.
Do you see
really
the
good
one with the
example.
red one?
Yes.
Where's bottom left?
Bottom left. He
He's
looks like
scrolling
he's
up
got.
now.
Where's bottom left?
He has
He's
the
scrolling.
he has the red bloody head,
Oh.
Yeah.
and then the full head of hair after that.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that changed that guy's life though.
Yeah, for sure. But damn, you can't let anyone see you with that on.
And
or
like
that
since you're
ugly
like
duckling face.
since
Probably
you're like laying,
probably why some people have been wearing beanies while they're playing basketball.
Yeah, that's people think you're going through the ugly duckling phase.
Yeah.
No,
Not. Titus was too.
it's not.
oh, wearing a hat. And then when you're laying, and then when you go upright, like I guess all like I don't know if it's Novocaine or what, it all drips to your face.
I guess if you come back from Turkey on like just a commercial flight, like 90% of the dudes are just all gross.
It's that and like BBLs.
Yeah.
Whenever there's like
Why
special
is
planes
why
for
is
that.
Turkey like the plastic surgery capital of the world?
You can go and do it for like $2,500, and
People go
here
for
it's like
veneers and
25
everything,
grand.
yeah.
Wow.
But girls can't sit after a BBL for like
But
a
they
month.
have special like you can, but they have special like lay down like area, like you just like you have rows and they put them up and you just lay on the special pillow.
Really?
Yeah. And you can mess up your BBL really bad if you don't follow like
Yeah.
every single. I mean that's the highest rated procedure for death, I believe, as
Whoa.
far as plastic surgeries.
I think I've heard that.
Probably
That's
not worth
crazy.
it.
What would you think it's weird if a guy got hair surgery?
I thought you meant a BBL. I'd be like, yeah, a little bit. No, I don't think so. I feel like it's.
I mean, you wouldn't even know it.
Well, I feel like women put on makeup, like women are allowed to like
Yeah.
make ourselves up. Like I feel like if a guy wants to feel good, if whether that's hair plugs, whether that's like lifters and shoes, whether that's like I don't like getting your nails like manicured, I don't think it's weird.
Would you ever get a cosmetic surgery done?
I don't think so.
What would you pick if you were to have?
I mean,
one?
I've never gotten anything, so I want to get like Botox to like help me not have wrinkles. But
yeah.
I'm okay with my face.
I feel like Botox is so common now.
Yeah, I don't even.
Everybody does it.
It's like not even in the box to me.
Yeah.
At this
Like
point.
I don't want my lips done. I don't want anything. I don't want my face tightened. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
My nose is fine. It's a little big some places, but I mean I can use makeup to correct that.
Botox is like part of girls' normal routine.
I feel
Yeah.
like that is.
Like they go
yeah.
tanning, get Botox, get nails done.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Scrub their face.
You know what? I think it's just like a fucking marketing ploy.
Well, it does
Botox?
freeze your muscles
Yeah.
so that you're not like right now you can see like every expression in my face, but if I were to get Botox, I couldn't like move that
Right.
muscle, so I wouldn't be creating the lines.
But I think because now they sell it as like a preventative.
preventative.
yeah, you could do
So-
baby Botox. Yeah.
Love
Right.
saying the P word.
Right. So they're like, we ran out of old ladies to sell it to. Like we got to go after.
Well, that's why I haven't gotten it yet because I don't like I'm terrified. Weirdly, I like tattoos and piercings, but if a doctor comes at me with a needle, so it's kind of scary.
weird.
I'm gonna have to get it at my jaws though because I clench and I have like my TMJ issues. They thought they were gonna have to like micro break it, but they're just gonna
Really?
put the Botox in. Yeah,
Do you grind your teeth when you sleep or something?
I clench. So like
Oh.
I wake up every morning and like it feels like there's like
Is it a stress thing?
I think so,
Yeah.
along with just like not sleeping well. I'm a side sleeper or stomach sleeper, so I'm like always moving.
Do you just when you have kids, you just never sleep again
basically like
because you're
some
worried about everything?
well, not worry. It's just like especially like as a mom, like I am like I know every sound in my house, whether it's like the trash coming, whether it's the filter changing in the fridge, whether it's my daughter like climbing down from bed. Like I know I could be blind in my house basically and know what's going on.
Do you ever hear shit that's not real?
House noises.
Voices.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll lay down and I hear the doorbell.
I'll hear like my phone go off sometimes, like a text message.
What?
And it's not
We
Or
real.
always
like
say
the-
we
or
got to
like the
study
shower's
his
on.
brain. We got to study your brain too.
Dude, you never you never hear like a false rampant doorbell?
After you have
No.
kids, you hear false crying all the time. I
See,
would get in
like,
the
that's what
shower
I
and I
mean.
would
No,
immediately think
That's
my
not
baby's
that. Don't try to equate those.
Yeah,
two things.
that's not what you mean.
What do you mean? A sound is a sound is a sound.
No, it's not.
But how often are you hearing a doorbell in real time? Like you have to hear something very often to start getting like the ghost cell phone noises or the ghost kids crying.
It's a common thing to be like, oh, I thought I heard something.
But it's usually a thing you hear all the time.
Yeah.
So you
No, you don't hear.
No,
And like, if a kid's crying, you have to attend to it. You don't have to.
if I'm sitting
What,
watching
you don't
TV,
attend the doorbell?
No, not
No,
necessarily.
I hate when the doorbell rings.
Just leave
I
the
don't even have a
package there.
doorbell.
I don't have one either. I have just a door.
Maybe I've been watching too many of the Ring cameras.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I really think you have.
Because that's like hearing the doorbell at night is not
I don't.
a
I
pleasant
don't-
sound.
No,
it's a scary sound.
yeah.
Also, the place where I live, it's like newer places. Like, not to dox myself, but sometimes people will just like walk in my door because they think it's like part of something else. And so, like yesterday, delivery people dropping off food, just walking down to go get the food, and the door wasn't locked. The guy opened the door. I'm like, "What's up? Like, why are you in my house?"
Yeah, because you got like a vestibule area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think there's something to, like, when I go to stay at my parents' house, they have way different sounds, and it makes it harder to fall asleep because they're in like the country, and I hear like owls and fucking little things scurrying around. Squirrels. Yeah. That I feel like I never hear like nature when I.
That's why I fall asleep with. I can't fall asleep if I like go to bed and I'm trying to fall asleep. I will not fall asleep. If I'm in front of the TV watching anything at all, I'll be asleep in 2 seconds.
I have to.
So you don't
a bad
sleep.
habit too.
You don't sleep. You pass out.
Yeah.
So
I hate it's. I think it's a white trash move. I fall asleep on the couch and at like midnight I'll go to bed.
Have you ever tried? So I used to be like that too, but then I just started. I have to listen to the same audiobook or same podcast that I've heard like 100 times, and then if I don't have it on, I sit there and I think and I think and I think and I think, and then if I have it on, I'll fall asleep in 15 seconds. It's like a hypnosis thing.
I have some advice I gave to Danny. Do you remember the advice I gave you about sleeping?
Remind me. Oh,
Counting sheep.
Nope.
pretend that you're sleeping.
Yeah. All you got to do is to get to that. That's if you're ever angry at yourself and like you're like, man, I can't fall asleep. Just keep telling yourself like, just pretend.
Act as if.
If you're asleep, that's what I do. I just like, okay, I'll turn the TV off because if not, I'm just gonna keep watching it, and I'll just sit there and I'll close my eyes and I'll just let whatever's in my eyes come to me like a dream. And I'm like, you're gonna go to sleep now, and you just pretend, and then you fall asleep.
Manifest it.
Really?
You got to pretend to be asleep before you're asleep.
I also never have.
That's true.
dreams.
Well, not dreams. It's just
Never.
like if you close your eyes, your brain starts to wander, and like if you just let your brain just like organically wander, you could like see a pink dog in your brain. I don't know. You know what I mean? And you just like let that thought take you.
I'm gonna try that next time. I'll do the sheep, and it works. Works sometimes.
See, but that keeps my brain going because I'm like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I missed
like,
one.
how high
Shit.
can I get?
Yeah.
How high can I get? Did I lose track? Then I
Yeah.
gotta start over.
Maybe. Hey, Solo Stove. If you're looking for a great gift for someone in your family, or even if
that's
you
a
just
good
want it,
sound.
yes,
Crackling fire.
Oh, yeah.
that's a fantastic sound.
Yeah.
Solo Stove is the way to go. For Solo Stoves, you don't want your hair and clothes to smell like burnt logs. That's where Solo Stove comes into play. They come in different sizes, but the most popular one is called the Bonfire. It's a great size for backyard hangs, but also super portable, making it perfect for tailgating. They also make some really cool high heat ceramic coated colors too, plus a bunch of accessories like cast iron griddles, grill cooktops, and serving up game day brats and a heat deflector for extra warmth for your crew. Each pit is backed by a lifetime warranty, and you can even get them etched with your favorite NFL team.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. It's a great invention, a great item. Head over to solostove.com and use promo code Barstool20. That's Barstool number 20 to get $20 off $199 or more, and ditch the smoke for good. I mean, that's the worst part about bonfires is smelling.
Yep.
it. Getting smoke thrown into your face, Solo Stove has solved that, which is nice.
I could go for a brat, especially off a Solo Stove.
Be nice.
I feel like it's going to be baseball season going to be upon us before we realize. We're only 6 weeks away.
I saw 51 days until
Something
opening
like
day or
that. Yeah.
I gotta get through college football and then college basketball. I just too many things. I mean, I'm not complaining.
You say brat. I don't think college basketball.
No, I think just delicious brat.
Yeah, but I only really eat them during like baseball and football.
I don't think I've had one since last summer.
They're not.
Yeah.
I don't think I might be wrong on this, but I don't think they're very big in the South. And both my parents being from Illinois, I would always we would have brats, and boil them in beer, and then you put them on the grill.
They're big here.
And but all my friends would be like, "What are these things? They're so good." And it's just like they're brats. They are good. They're delicious.
Yeah.
The onions.
It's probably my favorite sausage. I love a good one.
Really?
Grilled onions.
I think so.
Peppers.
Oh yeah.
When they're all done really well, they're so hard to compete.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice. You
but
gotta have a nice snap on it too. Oh.
Like that tells me like you haven't had a great Italian or a great Polish too.
I definitely have.
I don't know
What
if you
city
have.
do we live in?
Well, I don't know though. Tell me a good one. Give me a good one. Give me your fastball.
I mean, I'm just thinking
Can't.
straight.
Where's
I mean,
yours?
I've had
Adelie's on Belmont. Awesome garlic sausage. Awesome Italian sausage. They do other variables with like jalapenos and shit like that. It's fantastic Italian sausage.
I've had all that at Green Street Meats. They're all
Green Street's incredible.
Yeah, that jalapeno.
And I don't
it's the
typically
best.
like jalapeno and stuff.
So at the Windy City Smokeout, they have some of the best barbecue joints from all over the country there. And I took one bite out of a sausage. It was 2 summers ago now.
You
And
haven't stopped thinking about it?
I was like, this is the best sausage I've ever had in my life. And it was a place from 20 feet away.
It was awesome. It's awesome. They do a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What will you lead on the guest list with? Drake's Mega Cock or Toby Keith?
You got to start with Toby Keith.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. You
It's
gotta
my
start.
first ever concert.
Really?
Tinley Park.
What's your favorite Toby Keith song?
Should have been a cowboy.
All right.
Should have learned to rope and ride.
But he was
It's Americana.
Also, I think-
he was country music in the
Yeah.
90s and the 2000s, and it's like like that song,
Want to talk about me?
that one too, but courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
Oh yeah. Right after the
9/11,
9/11, yeah.
put a boot in your ass.
It's
the
American way.
Which, like, hindsight, I don't know,
Probably
not the greatest.
not the best boot.
Didn't really hold up,
Yeah.
but
I'm surprised you didn't say Red Solo Cup.
Red Solo Cup.
that one never
I'll
grabbed
let
me.
you. I
He
don't
has
really
other
like it
ones.
either.
I'm trying to think of.
Yeah.
Neon Moon.
I need to look at the.
No, that's Brooks and Dunn.
Oh,
Did you
that's
like
right.
him, Dave?
I mean,
Because I know you were.
That
in
was
the
your
country.
pre-country. That was back when. See, like when I hear people say like I hate country music, I think they're talking about Toby Keith.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Very much so.
See, I love
but
90s
you
country.
Can't, you can't, even if, like, I don't like his, like, I think Red Solo Cup, that song makes my toes curl. It's so fucking,
Yeah. I will say though,
it's so
I
cliche.
love this
and
bar.
crazy.
I love this bar.
Whiskey for my
It's
men,
my
beer for my
kinda
horses.
place.
Kind of crazy. Now, obviously, it's tragic that stomach cancer got him because he was not an old man. But he did that "Whiskey for My Men, Beer for My Horses" song with Willie Nelson 20 years ago. Willie Nelson still did. We saw him at Smokeout last year.
He's
2 years
91
ago.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know why?
the weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone told me this once. I don't know if this is true either, but it's every cell in your body has a cannabinoid receptor.
I think that's
So it's like
accurate.
what?
I think that is accurate.
I think that is too.
I know it's
so
in
the
breast
fact
milk.
that we had to, like, we evolved to have that. Like, we must have been smoking weed forever to have every cell in our body be like, we can get some of that.
A lot of
Yeah,
dope.
we'll take some of that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the monkeys were doing it.
Probably.
They were getting high, getting fucking
I
blazed.
mean, they
those
do eat all
monkeys.
like the mushrooms and stuff, so they do trip and stuff.
Have you heard of the stoned ape theory?
Is that us?
Yeah, basically. We did a dog walk on this years ago, but basically it was when they had climate change. So most of the earth was like more tropical back then, and the climate change turned a lot of Africa into the savanna, and so like their habitat shrank. So they had to come out of the trees to go forage in like the savanna for food, and they found psychedelic mushrooms. And they ate them, and that's how like they started to develop like language, and it's like something like the human brain like more than doubled in size in like 100,000 years or something like that, like rapidly.
I believe it.
Right after that, and that's how they learned about like projectiles and all sorts of shit. Supposedly, that's a theory, like a Terrence.
There's
kind of thing.
this was like 2 years ago, but monkeys have reached the Stone Age.
Oh, we've talked about that, I think, on this show.
I don't know. I don't remember, but
Like they're building things.
yeah, they're
use tools now.
spearfishing.
Yeah.
They use tools to hunt now.
There's that orangutan that's spearfishing.
They'll use rocks to like crack open other
Nuts and
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah. That's why they had to change the definition of what a human is, because they used to be like the ability to use tools, and then like gorillas will hunt like termites with
with
blades
sticks.
of grass.
Yeah,
and
with
sticks, yeah.
I've seen that, and they wrap their little tongues around them and like lollipops.
Yeah,
So
crows
now
can do it too.
Yeah.
They should get them on an episode.
Ravenoids.
So now I think they define it as the ability to conceptualize the future. Is like
Right.
Then maybe I'm not human.
It's more because like
that
sick.
guy. Look at that fucking guy.
yeah, he's just doing a little spearfish.
Christopher Walken.
Orangutan tits are so funny.
See any?
Yeah, right there.
Right there, bro.
Right in the middle.
Get
Those
a
are
little
tits. I
fish.
thought that might have been an old man.
Safe search off.
Either way, I mean, I think they both can grow them out a little bit.
Yeah, I think male orangutans have tits,
Yeah.
big time.
Well,
Or nipples.
So you weren't impressed by Drake's mega cock then?
I didn't see his mega cock. I heard about his mega cock. Didn't watch the video. I heard
How
I think
mega?
It was
'Cause
Danny.
I saw it
talking,
like
was
blurred
fake.
out.
I didn't say it was fake.
Well, you're the Drake.
I think it's fake.
Yeah.
Was that you? I overheard a conversation where people were saying it's not a
What?
real video.
What was happening? Who was filming that?
Lance,
was
pull up
filming
this mega
himself.
cock.
Yeah. Wait. So he was filming
Yeah,
himself
so
through like a mirror.
it was a film. Yeah, he had his phone out, and his legs were very awkwardly placed, and he was just sitting there, just stroking it. But the top of it was just hanging off, literally, like probably like this much out of his hand. But it was just like flailing, like an elephant. It looks fake.
Little meat spinach.
And the way that he was sitting, I just feel like Drake has been in this industry for such a long time. For there not to be like a sex tape or him leaked that prior to this, just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, probably.
Like if you have it, like as I told someone else, like the game is constantly like doing like thirst traps where he's putting his dick in gray sweatpants and like taking pictures of it, and you could just see that it's like the size of this water bottle. Meanwhile, Drake is just one random leak, and it was like.
I feel like we haven't even heard myths about Drake.
Yeah, there was no
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
between. We just went from seeing it.
Yeah.
So I think it's fake. Sorry, Drake. I know you and Ron are cool, or no, you and Caleb are cool. Ron wants to be cool with you, I think, but I think
Sure he
think
does.
that was a fake cock.
I think I've heard myths about Drake actually though. No.
I don't
Having
think so.
having a hammer?
I've
think
heard.
I did.
I feel like I've heard like people saying that he doesn't, like he's like lame in bed. And so I feel like those are the type of rumors I've heard. I could be wrong.
I think he lays it down a lot though.
Drake.
Yeah.
Breaking news, Ed.
No, but with with
think?
like not just like randoms though. Like I think he's like
I mean, his son is with a porn star.
really.
Yeah, the girl.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, she has like
yeah.
her ass is like this large.
BBLs.
BBLs.
She went to Turkey.
Yeah.
She's from England.
No, she probably had the best surgeon
Yeah, that's
Canada
true.
has.
Oh, Nicki Minaj was getting like cement shots in a basement at some point. I mean, you never know. Cheeks
Yeah,
are-
didn't her like one of her cheeks fall or something?
Yeah, I remember Meek Mill made a diss about her and like said something about her ass shots literally leaking out of her ass.
Ugh.
I thought she denies it though.
She denies everything.
There's
Does
no
she?
way. There's no way. I think.
Oh, you're not a barb?
I mean, I like old Nicki, but I will say Megan just absolutely ripped her to shreds in his. Yeah, you gotta listen if you haven't listened yet, Ed.
Can you catch us up a little bit?
Pretty much he calls out Nicki Minaj for being a hater and being married to a pedophile.
Oh,
and
she?
Who's she
yeah,
married to?
some guy that used to be in jail that she dated a long time ago. But I think there's a verse. I mean, there's a bar in Megan's song where she's like something something. That's Megan's law. And I think in California, the law for not being able to go around schools, playgrounds, etc., is called Megan's law. And so she was just able to like kind of kill her with that bar.
What's
Now
the
that's a
difference
double entendre, Mike.
Yes.
Thank you.
There
Thank
you go.
Thank you. What's the difference between a bar and a verse?
Bar's one line.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about a hook?
Hook is like
That's what repeats
Beat,
itself.
right?
yeah, the chorus basically.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Nicki came back to respond to Megan, and it was basically like, "You're tall as fuck. You got big feet, and you got shot in your foot,
That was it.
and you lied on your dead mom." Yeah, basically. But I do like old Nicki. Itty Bitty Piggy. Love that song.
Yeah, Starships fucking bangs.
I mean, I don't hate on the old Nikki, but this new Nikki seems a little angry.
She at the Grammys? Is she doing stuff
I
though?
don't think so, but Brianna was.
Saw that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You looked great, Bri. If you're
was
watching the
sweet.
mid show right now,
Yep.
I don't think she is.
just in case.
Probably not.
Don't rule it out.
Yeah.
Don't rule it out, Dave.
Pat Bev podcast was in the chat earlier.
Oh, were
Shout
they?
out Pat Bev.
Let's go. Did he say
Yeah.
anything? Shout out to them. They
Said
got.
Eddie and all caps.
Of course he
really?
did.
Shout out to them. They got McDonald's on as a sponsor.
Let's
nice.
bring Eddie a couple of drinks on Pat Bev.
I told Pat I would go out to Philly and do the park off rematch for a McChicken.
Oh.
You know, just
Fair.
That's good.
Fair
You
trade.
should
That's
find
your-
another
that's your-
Cosmics.
that's
Go to
your
a
sandwich?
Cosmics out there.
a McChicken bet. Well, who doesn't like a McChicken?
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah,
I could do without the lettuce.
I don't get that.
I don't like
I
the
get a
mayo.
point.
I like the mayo.
They gunk the mayo on.
I will say, yeah, if you ask for mayo at McDonald's, I feel like they like give it to you.
Yeah, they're
not shy.
bashful.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Real heavy mayo. But you got to watch it before the podcast. Are you gonna watch the video before the show or no?
I'll take your word for that.
You got to be a journalist, Dave. Make sure you see the Drake dong before you
Drake dong.
before you comment on it.
You know what I feel?
You guys aren't talking about his dong on your show?
No, we will.
I feel like he felt a little like left out with all the Nikki and Megan drama that he had to like throw his dick out there. Maybe he just needed to
Maybe
needed to make himself
Who
relevant.
would fight it or win that fight?
Between Nikki and Megan?
Yeah.
Megan, she's fucking huge.
you see.
She's like 6'1".
What about in a versus battle, song for song?
I don't. I think song for song, I think Nikki gets her. But
Yeah, I
Nikki's
would say
been
so.
around since I was like
Been around the
12
block.
years old. But Megan the
I
Stallion.
didn't realize she was that big.
Yeah, she's
but
like,
I think
she like works out every day. She's like 6'1".
she's like a tank.
Yeah, she's big.
Who's the one that like her
The
fans
Stallion.
turned on her?
I don't know.
Doja Cat.
Doja
right?
Cat.
That's because she
Doja.
went all fucking weird. She
And I
shaved
think-
her head on live and stuff.
Didn't Lizzo have some issues
Yeah,
too?
it's because she was being mean to her assistants.
Didn't she like make them go to like a sex worker place in Amsterdam?
Yeah,
or
she made
something?
them like do sexual stuff, like or
Yeah.
else she's like, you have to be fired. And there was like 6 of them to back it up.
Yeah.
Doja Cat was odd because I think her fans call themselves kittens, and she was just like, "Don't call yourselves that. That's weird or something."
That is weird.
Yeah, but
So
like
they
you don't
turned
say it's
on
your own. That's like imagine Justin Bieber be like, "Why are you guys calling
she
yourself
made-
believers?"
She
That's
made
weird.
herself. She made fun of her fans. She's like, y'all
She
are
made
fucking
fun of her fans
weird."
for their devout fandom.
Yeah, she's like, y'all are weird.
How far do you get in music where you just stop making new stuff?
Nicki Minaj.
She has. When was the last time she?
I mean, no, she made.
No,
some
she
new
just
stuff,
came out with
but-
an album.
I think
Did
there's a
she?
whole new playbook now.
You adapt.
You just have to come out with Nicki's version.
You have
Yeah.
to adapt to the new trends. Like that's why Drake is so successful. He hops on the
The Travis beats and all
Yeah,
that.
he collabs with the kids.
Yeah, but I feel like he releases something every year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He stays relevant, but he's not sounding like his old albums. Like
Yeah,
he's
he doesn't
adapting.
sound like sad Drake anymore.
Right.
Like,
He adapts to the whatever's trending.
I could see.
He'll
it
do
in
the
your
mumble rap,
eyes,
he'll
you're
sing.
angry.
But
He
I
doesn't do
feel like
anything
that's
that
like
anymore.
too much every year. No,
Why? Do you want money?
but like he. Could,
I don't think it's not for money at this point, is it? He's got to.
Yeah, he could live.
Yeah,
off the
but like you want to
catalog
stay
forever.
relevant. He's a star.
He sold his catalog, I think, didn't he?
I think.
Did he?
For like absurd.
I think
amount
you
of
might be
fucking
right
money.
about that.
I think he did. People do.
Or
do
was
that.
it
Like-
Wayne? So I knew someone big like that. Someone sold their category, their catalog. I don't know who it was, but you are right about that.
Remember Springsteen sold his for like
Yeah.
300 million.
Yeah.
Insane like that.
When did when was Taylor's last album before this new one coming in April?
Last year, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it feels like that's a lot for an artist to release every year.
But like if she's doing, like I don't know, if she did more than this, but she just did like all her old songs but Taylor's version. Like I feel like more artists are gonna start doing that now. Like it's a remix, but it's like this is the real me. And then if you're big like Drake or Taylor or something like that,
People will
will
do
eat it
that,
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's really smart. It's like
Super smart.
It's like if you're like working at a restaurant and then like and you're a chef at a restaurant and then you decide just to like be a chef on the side, but you're like these are the same dishes from the restaurant, but they're mine.
But I put a little extra paprika in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between Taylor's version?
I can't really tell.
Yeah.
Well, it's like for financial and legal purposes, right?
Yeah,
Good or
Yeah,
wrong.
that's why she did it,
Yeah,
but I
right.
didn't know
Yeah.
if it was like exact carbon copy.
I don't think it technically is, but like
I
to
don't think
us
technically-
idiots,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not gonna.
There's
yeah.
little things
Yeah.
that girls will go crazy for, like, oh, she had a new line in this song or something
Oh,
like
like
that.
the,
I
like
assume,
Travis
I
is a
think.
guy or Karma is a guy on the Chiefs.
Yes.
I think something like
I
that.
wonder. Do you remember the lyrics in our song, the original lyrics?
I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his
car.
I was
Yeah.
riding shotgun.
But there's a line where she is telling him that she's gonna blackmail him and tell all his friends that he's gay, like as if it's a bad thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was gonna out him.
Now, but the lyrics change now. It's like you don't mind.
What year
if
did
I
that
say-
song come out?
That was when I was a freshman in
Our
college.
song is a slamming screen door.
Because I remember when I
So what?
So 07, 08,
I think that was loud back then.
and it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
People forget that though. You can look
People
that up, too.
forget.
Yeah.
You used to be able to say the F word.
Yeah.
That's a great song, though.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah.
She was so hot in that video too.
She's
I
got
don't think
great
she was
music.
hot in that video at all.
She was so hot in that video.
With her weird curly hair.
I've only thought she was hot the one time, which was in the Shake It Off video. The little black turtleneck.
That one too. I thought the other song in 1989. Just start naming a few.
Look what you made me do.
No, she's like in a field and she
That's
takes
not-
like a
I know.
like a starburst or something and she's like on her back and she has sunglasses.
Oh, Wildest Dreams.
Wildest Dreams.
Wildest
yes.
Dreams. Yeah, she was
She's
hot.
smoking
in that.
hot
She
in
was
that
hot in
video.
that one too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not a Taylor girl?
I mean, I respect her. I think she's like
can't say
pretty
you're
girl.
not.
I
can't say
fucking
you're
love
not a
her
Taylor
music.
girl.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My-
I'm sorry I asked you that.
Yeah.
You're in
No,
that
but
position.
my daughter is a huge Swiftie. I am not, but I respect it. I respect people loving Taylor and loving her music. She just, for me personally, doesn't embody what I am as a girl. I'm more like a Rihanna fan. I'm more like Taylor doesn't sing about
Do you like that? Like you're so like raw rap and like
not like raw rap, but she's just so sweet, and I don't like. I see myself as like a sweet person to others, but not like a sweet girl. You know what I mean? Like Taylor just seems like, oh, bring her home to mom. I don't want to be like I don't have that vibe, but I also will say like, it's like fuck you in front of your mom. I don't just feel like Taylor. Well, she does supposedly say fuck. I saw her in that box screaming fuck, but she doesn't put it out for her fans, which. I know what stuff I put out for my fans is not Taylor approved. Probably.
So you're rooting for the 49ers.
No, actually, my house is a Chiefs household right now.
Okay.
I told Eddie, my daughter asked for different shirts for the entire Super Bowl, so we have 4 Taylor Swift shirts coming.
Need it. Gotta have it. Change the uniform.
That's awesome.
Give me one.
I do get annoyed with like the deification of her, like where you just can't say anything. You can't criticize her at all.
I was afraid
Otherwise,
for that video that I put out, the skit, when I did like the flashing, that I was going to get a lot of like backlash
it
for
was
that.
a risk. Just be
I
like
think-
the boys wrote it.
Was it Feidelberger?
He did.
You said it after, like you nailed her outfit the next game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guessed. You predicted
I
perfectly.
did a pretty good job. I will say the lighting in that picture was yellow. Her jacket, just to throw it out there, was cream with red detailing, but
Oh, okay.
it
Still.
was the lighting.
It was still awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Megan.
It was fun to be Taylor Swift for like 30 minutes. People were like, having me on their shoulders. They were like, being excited to see me.
We should recreate that. Should we recreate that where like we just like we like stage paparazzi and people actually think it's you? Like,
I'll just like walk with my hand like this.
There'd be a damn helicopter overhead.
Yeah, with like
Yeah.
Secret Service and like AK-47s.
I remember seeing it was like I was watching a documentary about Michael Jackson where they had to shut down a highway because people like heard he was somewhere and then it ended up being like a 6-hour traffic delay
That's
because
just
people are
insane.
just trying to catch like a glimpse of him. That was like
Remember when he hung his baby over the balcony?
Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah.
wild.
What baby? What was the name of that baby? It was something kind of
they
crazy.
weren't really his kids,
Yeah,
right?
well-
Biologically,
I thought that they were
don't
by Elvis's daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Priscilla.
he was like supposedly like chemically castrated, right?
I don't know what's
I
going
don't
on
know.
anymore.
I never watched the HBO one because I'm like, this is gonna be too creepy.
That was a rumor, I guess. I don't know.
Did you guys ever see the rumor where he is? I'm sure he does. Still alive. It's a picture of like him like outside of the ambulance with like there's like a dead body, but Michael Jackson's like standing by it.
I've heard that
You
about.
saw that?
I've heard that about
every
Jeffrey
dead person?
Epstein. I've heard that about
Yeah,
Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
They're all
Dude,
just hanging out.
Yeah, the Michael Jackson one's such a strange one because I seen that and I was fucked up and it's like wow, and then like obviously like Macaulay and all those people are like no, he was like he never did that shit.
To them.
Yeah, yes, and that's
Yeah.
not to say he couldn't have done it to other people, but like I don't know, they're such staunch defenders and obviously so I don't.
I would like.
Regardless, at minimum, it's super fucking weird.
Yeah, you don't
Yes.
have kids at your house. You don't make your house like Disneyland as
Yeah.
an adult. But he also probably had some really
He did,
weird
yeah.
issues with the way he grew up and being all the things done to him.
I feel like his family, like Randy Jackson, seemed like kind of like he was just in the public eye. Like he was like a normal guy. That was his brother, right? The American Idol guy.
But everyone.
I didn't
No,
know.
Dude.
Yeah.
You thought he was
But
part
you
of the
said-
Jackson
But you said
5?
Randy Jackson, like from America, like that's a no for me, dog.
Yes.
You are out of your fucking mind.
I swear to God.
Get him, Dave.
You are out of your
might be right.
fucking mind.
What do you think? Andrew Jackson's his brother?
Wait, no way.
Oh,
Says Michael Jackson.
What? No.
But there is a Randy Jackson. It's just not that Randy Jackson.
Different Randy Jackson.
oh, sorry, I made a mistake, guys.
That's-
It was his other brother, Randy, who happened to be on a music show too. It's not that crazy.
That was a crazy mistake.
That's a
No,
no
it
for me,
wasn't.
dog.
No, it wasn't.
It's pretty crazy.
No, it wasn't.
Get his ass. Dave.
He has a brother named Randy in music.
You'd still know though.
Yeah, you would know.
He would drop that he was.
All right,
he was
what
in the
about
Jackson
what
5.
about his sister, who people think is also?
Well, could
real?
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about? What about?
I'm just saying, like that's a sister that's a Jackson who's in music. So it's not like that crazy. That's a music. I thought it was a music
What about
family.
Alan Jackson?
I think they are related
They
now.
look
that you,
different.
Yeah.
They look a
now
little
that you bring
different.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confirmed
Not-
American Idol's Randy Jackson is not related to Michael Jackson.
Thank you, Lance.
Break-
Beep, beep, beep,
breaking.
beep, 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 beep.
But it also wasn't crazy. Thought.
It was a little
I mean, it was kind of crazy.
pretty crazy.
You got.
I don't know his whole
1%.
bio. I thought
You'd be saying Randy Jackson, Michael Jackson's brother, not Randy Jackson, the American Idol host.
Yeah.
That's a no for me, dog.
How
Big enough to get that gig?
what?
Was he bad?
That's what I mean.
I think he was a producer. I think
Was
yeah.
he?
I
That's
think
why I
produced a
thought
lot of
he was.
stuff.
That's why it always made sense.
Like
oh,
I
he's
know
part of the
Paula
Jackson
Abdul
5.
had her day.
But I think if you look at
Oh,
like his
she was
catalog,
Yeah.
I think he produced.
Paula
a lot of
Abdul has
stuff.
like a couple of bangers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was pretty
Yeah,
big.
she
Yeah.
had her.
How old is she now? Like in her 70s?
Nah, 60, I would say. Mid
Really?
50s, 60.
I think she might hit 70.
Straight up now.
61.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, that one.
What did Simon do before?
Me forever.
That- yes.
He was like a music executive too.
Was he?
Like I want to say like he put together boy bands. I think
He was a record producer in the
Yeah.
80s
Yeah, I
and
mean, this was
90s.
after it, but he put together One Direction off that
Yep.
other show.
I did not
Eh?
know that.
Yeah, there's that famous clip of what's the main guy?
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. He's like, yeah, I work in a bakery,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, what's good at the bakery?
Well, not anymore, you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
Danny. I like that.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he said that, but it sounded like you might.
but it's like a young Harry Styles. He's probably like 17.
So Simon curated this guy to
Mhm.
Yeah,
become.
he was on like Britain's Got
X or-
Talent.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
For
That's-
as mid as that show has gotten, I will say between that and The Voice, like watching the good moments, they will make you like cry and like feel your feelings. Like
I like to
seeing
see people achieve their dreams.
Oh yeah, the golden
Yeah.
buzzer.
the golden buzzer, or like a guy that comes out and his like wife and baby are behind the scenes, and they're like, come on, you can do it, and he's
Yeah.
just out there singing. I'm like, oh my god, look at him go, just crying.
We should get into.
There's a season of American Idol.
We should get into industry plans next week.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
like
Alright.
Bobby Atloff.
I don't know. Is she? Is Ice Spice?
Speaking
I don't
of Drake,
know. I don't know. All right, then. We could wrap this up. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Thursday. We'll see you then.
Morgan Wallen on The Voice,
Oh, I have to pee so bad.
American Idol, and he like.
Ba-da-doo-doo-doo-doo.